welcome to CI in 5. The purpose? To get your week started off on the good foot, guiding and empowering new CI professionals looking to find their way, and providing a spark to seasoned practitioners who have lost the love and feeling. The challenge, your favorite lean thinkers sum up what continuous improvement means to them in 5 minutes or less, and in 5 words or less. Think of it kind of like a kata geek going on a speed date. I know, right? This is gonna be fun. Let's do this. Calvin Williams, welcome to CI in 5. Thanks for being here with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey y'all, if you don't know Calvin, why not? This dude is on point. He is the founder of Improver Technologies. He has been around in the continuous improvement field for 20 years with names like Colgate and Tyson, just formerly with Clorox. So this dude knows what he's talking about, and his company Improver is all about using technology, leveraging it to maximize the potential for continuous improvement for individuals and companies. So Calvin, we could talk on about that, and we'll pass along all that information to you out there. But Calvin, let's get to CI in 5. What is your CI in 5?
CI in 5. All right, Sam, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna give you CI in 3.
That.
Everybody improving every day. There it is. First is everybody. The reason you want everybody practicing continuous improvement is because at some point, and you may start with one person, you may start with the pioneer, but at some point, even that person is going to start to get hamstrung by the many who are not improving. You probably heard the analogy of the crabs in the bucket, where one crab is trying to climb out of the bucket, but the many who are not trying to climb out are just pulling that crab back in. That also happens in organizations. Case in point, I once worked for a manufacturing company, and I was working in the CI function. I was actually working in the corporate function, and our CI program was based on total productive maintenance, which was heavily manufacturing focused. We struggled trying to get beyond manufacturing with our program because it was viewed as a manufacturing thing, and manufacturing got good over time. And what started to happen was those functions like planning and purchasing and just about everything else who were not on that type of journey started to cause more and more problems for manufacturing. The people who were not improving in those lines of friction started to create more resentment against the good CI work that was being done in the plant. So yeah, it kind of needs to be everybody improving. There's an analogy I like to use. Don't polish the doorknobs on the Titanic. Improvement is not just making random changes in all random directions because it makes some person happy someday, right? Improvement is progress in the direction that the company needs to go, right? If I'm in Atlanta, I'm trying to get to LA, going toward New York, it doesn't get me closer to my goal, right? You gotta be clear on your North Star, and you make progress toward that North Star. That's the definition of improvement. I work for a company as a CI leader in a company that had a bunch of plants all around the world. And we had this program. This program had a scorecard, okay? And the idea was if you do a certain amount of Kaizen events, if you do a certain amount of root causes, and all these like criteria for scoring points on this scorecard, right? The idea was that if you did all this, you would get a higher rank, and we would rank all the plants against each other. Not my idea. The key thing I learned from that is the plants that actually did best on a scorecard were doing the worst in business. And it just clicked for me, like, you cannot win in continuous improvement and lose in your market. Look at the problem that lies in front of you right now. Work on that. Then look at the next biggest problem you face and fix that. That is the continuous improvement journey. So that's improvement. Every day. The greatest force in human nature is the force of habit. And if you don't improve every day, then you never quite form the habit that will sustain you through the dark days, through the hard days. Jumping from one fire to the next is where CI tends to fall apart. So what sustains you through that is having people develop the habit of daily improvement. And it doesn't have to be home run improvements every day. As a matter of fact, if you just do the math, a 1% improvement every day gets you to 38 times better results at the end of a year. There is no person that I know who could not find an easy, low-hanging fruit 1% improvement on a daily basis, right? And that is momentum. So if everybody improving every day, think of everybody as speed, improving as direction, and every day as momentum. You got a powerful recipe for continuous improvement. There it is, continuous improvement in 3.
What kind of guidance would you offer to someone like myself who's looking to improve their practice or move forward in their practice?
Yeah, I would say to a new practitioner, you may or may not have the power to go into your company and start rearranging everything and transform the company, right? In fact, the CEO will struggle with that kind of transformation, but you can absolutely transform yourself. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. You got to be willing to accept that perhaps it's you who are the problem first. And if you're willing to accept that, then there is no limit for you. There's no point where you get discouraged because there's always the next big problem for you to solve yourself.
So for you, what is it that brings you joy in your continuous improvement practice?
I'm always thrilled and excited about learning something new. I'm always thrilled and excited about seeing other people have those breakthroughs in their own understanding about their own challenges. And I'm always just looking at the next big problem I have and saying, all right, what are we going to try today? What are we going to try today? That's the piece that keeps me going. I got a lot of fuel in that tank. So Sam, if you you up for a long journey, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, you guys, if you're up for a fun journey, a great journey, I highly encourage you to connect with Calvin on LinkedIn. Visit improver.com, IMPRUVER.com. I will post a link to all his great information. Follow him, get in touch with him, and dang, man, just get those positive vibes going on up in you by linking up with him. Calvin, thanks so much for being here on CI in 5 today.
Hey, my pleasure, Sam. Anytime.
Thanks for joining me for CI in 5. The place for you to jumpstart your week and energize you along your continuous improvement journey. So what about you? What's your CI in 5? Would love to hear from you in the comments section below, and of course would sure appreciate it if you would like, tag, share, or connect, and feel free to join me on my daily journey of 90-Second Purpose, the place where I share with you my purpose, intent, and action for the day, and reflect on the previous day's intent and action. Again, 90-Second Purpose is the place to be. Until next week, where you join me with another one of your favorite lean thinkers, stay calm and Kaizen.